So, what do we know about death? Well, we don't know anything about death. The only thing we know is what other people tell us during the course of our lives. And they don't actually know anything about death either, because nobody comes back to tell you what it's like. There are various after near death experiences and white lights and all these kind of stories. But for the majority of people, there really isn't any information about dying. The other thing is it's a taboo subject. We in the West like to think we're very enlightened and we're not afraid of anything. We confront everything with science and we get our answers that way. But we don't deal well with the topic of death at all. It's buried. It's kept secret. It's kept. We send our sick and elderly to hospitals and retirement homes where they disappear from public view, so as they don't embarrass or take up our time. And we generally just brush it under the carpet because we're afraid. And the vast majority of people, particularly Western secular people who don't have a religious belief or don't have any kind of spiritual basis to their lives, they suffer from a thing called death anxiety. So they want to live forever. They want to prolong the lifespan for as long as possible. They want to take various treatments and surgeries that will make them look youthful, and they generally were prepared to do anything really to maintain the illusion of youth for as long as possible. But in traditional cultures, there was nothing wrong with aging, and old people lived with the family and the current family, and they all lived together and probably in the same house or same building. And it was the responsibility of younger people to look after their old people. And this is a tradition that has kind of, I suppose, died really in the West. We don't feel that any longer. Anyway, not to go on about that too much, this video is really about how we can deal with death and how we don't need to worry about death. And the real way we can deal with that is by living in the present. If you live in the present, you don't have a concern about the future that might be adverse or negative for you. So the best thing you can do is do that. Live in the present, and